Hey guys, it's Marvin here again. Um, had a little break from making videos, but with the Blast Spring Final happening over the last few days, I have caught a little bit of it, and um, I'm going to cover this game between Gambit and Navi on the upper bracket final of Blast Spring groups. And today's video is going to be about b1t. Um, he had a really impressive, really stood out to me as a really impressive game. I remember when he came into the roster at the end of 2020 as the sixth man, replacing Flamey on Inferno. And I thought, he looked quite like not very confident, almost nervous maybe, and just not very experienced at the level of Tier 1 Counter-Strike, which is, I guess, understandable since he's pretty young and inexperienced. And but today I thought, you know, in terms of a big game, this is probably as big as an online game is going to get at the Blast Springs finals, upper bracket final against their CIS rival in Gambit. You know, in terms of pressure for an online game, this is as big as it gets for b1t. And he had a really good standout performance. And I remember in when he came into the roster for on Inferno, he did have good mechanics. I specifically remember playing as that arch rotator on CT side. He had some nice, 3K spray downs as Ts were coming up mid. But this game is obviously more than just aim and good mechanics. It's about game sense, it's your decision making, and it's about confidence. And I thought it's a real improvement out of b1t for this kind of performance in this kind of game. I was quite impressed. So I've got the demo here. We're going to watch Dust 2, um, and we're going to watch the CT side. And he has some very nice rounds, specifically when he picks up the AWP later in the half. I'd say the second half of this first half, like the second half of this half, is quite good. It does take him some time to pick up the AWP just to get the CT's economy going. But once he picks it up, he looked very good. Had some very nice shots. Looked quite confident. I didn't really see any silly mistakes coming out of him. In fact, I think it was because of him that this game was so close. And they actually won it. Uh, this being Gambit's pick, so that's pretty impressive. I mean, I know Navi have have bested Gambit in these matchups, but it's obviously Gambit is the better team, and I think there are other factors at play that cause them to lose those games. But yeah, 2v4, nice headshot on the jump up there. Maybe a little bit random, a bit lucky. I don't know if he was fully in the air or not, but you'll take those. But 3v2 and Gambit, they're a solid team. They're not going to give anything away until Nafany, and they're just going to double peek, and that's the round. Forced by on the second round. P250 drops the smoke for the cross. And HE. Pretty sure he spotted one top mid. He heard the scout go past. Like the scout shoot through the doors. The bullet go past him. Three v 3 retake. Well, not a retake yet, but they pretty sure they have the A site right now. Bomb spotted goose. Now it's a 2v1. Now he takes a scout shot. He knows one's in the pit. Here's him running up. Yeah, it's a pretty impossible round to try and win just with the Mac 10. So this is the eco. Throws a flash. They're trying to stack long, maybe get some... run into a long take and maybe get 1 or 2 kills, pick up some rifles, but it doesn't happen. Gambit, not really the type of team that's going to play a fast round, a round where they rush. In fact, they pretty much every round they kind of slow default, which is kind of their style. So yeah, just got the P250, which is going to be... I'll fast forward through this. I don't think he gets anything. They go A. 4v5. They got the bomb down. And I guess if I was like... If there was like a commissioner of Counter-Strike, someone... Sees 4 up there. A nice shot by Simple. Yeah, if there was like a commissioner of Counter-Strike, someone that was like, you know, like Adam Silver, the commissioner of the NBA, someone that's in charge of, you know, how the game, you know, managing the game, how the game looks, is how the game runs, like, what is the product? Because ultimately this is entertainment. And these really slow rounds where, you know, you have lots of saving on T and CT, so like if it's if they get the T's get 2 kills and it's a 3v5, the CT's save. And then, you know, but the reverse is also true. So if they get picked off and it's a 2v5 or something, and the CT's have 5 alive. Okay, it's a nice flash, but Shiro actually kills Perfecto full blind. I remember watching that on the broadcast. Excuse me, as I just burped. Yeah, really under pressure there. Unfortunately, he doesn't get anything. But yeah, there's lots of saving. Like another save round. I mean, it feels like almost every round of this game, there are players saving. Except for maybe the pistol rounds. And yeah, if I was like thinking of ways, I know that this is kind of a topic that's been repeated a bit in the community about just how much saving there is and how slow the rounds, especially from these 2 CIS teams who like to play, well, the 3 CIS teams in VP as well, like to play a really slow defaulty round every round. And there's not a lot of kills and lots of saving, and it's just boring. That's ultimately my point. This is entertainment. and you're really elongating the game. I understand why they're doing it. They got to make the best decisions, the most high percentage play, and rushing into stacks and stuff without getting map control, without getting info, isn't a high percentage play. Lots of the time, anyway. So just some jump spotting here again. It's a 5v3, and I think this is another save round from, but this time out of Gambit rather than Navi. 20 seconds left. Electronic gets one. Yeah, they save. And I just, yeah. I mean, ultimately, it is the CTs that have to save the most. So, I think just to somehow help the CTs with the economy would go a long way into fixing this problem. But I guess, like they have already increased the money, the start money. They increased the start money and they changed uh, the lost round system so that you don't get reset as hard. Like there's no full resets anymore, which both increase the money for both teams really, but there needs to be some way to just focus it on the CTs. And that, again, that changes were to get less, well, they were initially to get less eco rounds, but I guess the consequence of that of having Ts that can pretty much always buy something, have some sort of buy, you really need to give the CTs the same, like make it a level playing field. At least closer anyway. They already have the worst weapons. That's already a nerf on the CTs. And another save round. Like fundamentally, they get to pick the fights. They have to defend, so the fights are generally on their terms. They get to pick the engagements where they stand to defend the bomb sites. And the T's have got to do their best to manipulate the rotations and to use their utility to force CTs out of powerful spots. We're going to be playing A now. I guess we had the long spawn. We use our molly and then smoke. And now our nade. So I guess you could think of that as the game it's already CT sided, and then you got to give the T's some advantage. So you give them the better weapons, cheaper weapons, and that kind of balances it out. But I think we've gone too far into the way of powering up the T's. They seem kind of overpowered with just they always can buy, especially with how good the Deagle is. You can always have Deagle armor and a couple of rifles. It seems like you can scrounge together a buy, especially if you get in the bomb down. Seems like Gambit have taken the A site. And I think this is another save round. And b1t's just looking to get out of here alive. Good awareness there, good patience to know that maybe I don't know if that was commed or something, that maybe someone was looking to lock in the exits. But he's going to stay alive, keep the gun. And he's okay. Now I've got the AWP. Okay, now this is really where the demo gets good. So yeah, let me know what you guys think about the current state of the game and the economy for the CTs specifically. Nice molly to force him out, and then hits the shot as well. That's well played by b1t. And this is a 2v5, and guess what happens? Or I already know what happens because I've watched the game and I've watched the demo already. It's game time. But this, okay. If you've somehow made it through all the saving and you're still watching the video, this is an awesome round. The aces with the AWP and some really nice shots. We're going to play short. Very common angle. Lots of AWPers play here. And it's just good because you just hold an angle and then you can shoot and you can get away very safely by dropping off. And I guess it's kind of hard to pre-fire, but you know, good teams definitely flash and pre-fire this angle just because of how common it is. Dodges the flash. We've got electronic here for rifle support, and damn, that's a nice shot. Just catches the shoulder, actually kills him through the wall. That's also a nice nade you can throw just to land top of Xbox for anyone trying to jump up. Yeah, it's quite devastating if you catch a good timing on someone standing on it. Very cautious, so watching the edge of the smokes. Wow, that's a nice shot. Very fast, looking very confident on the AWP. 3 so far. This is a 2v5. Gambit somehow get the bomb down, which is kind of impressive. Nice shot by Hobbit to get onto the site. And they gotta kinda let him plant it. It's 2v1 now, it's kinda getting scary. But b1t. Ace. AWP ace. He's gonna go pick up Simple's AWP so they can keep the double AWP. Drop a rifle. And we're on to the next round. Yeah, that was a very nice round. And he has some more nice AWP shots as well. Looking really quite strong here. And a flush comes out of tunnels. And that's not good for b1t because there must be people there. And he gets rushed down with the Tech 9. I mean, got one. So not the worst defense, but would have liked 2 or 3 there. But I guess he kind of got a bit caught off guard there. Just just saw the flash bouncing off and he goes, oh, that's not a good sign. I should probably take some cover and prepare myself for some T's to be rushing me. And he, yeah, does get the one, like I said. Oh my god. The fact that he even gets that is pretty good. The full 180 turn and fire onto Exile. Simple drops an AWP, so they keep the double AWP. It's worked out pretty well so far. And it is quite a good thing that they're going to have bit play like this. If they're going to have Perfecto and bit on the same site, because T's definitely do that. They definitely, if they think there's a weakness on one particular site, I think you saw that with our watching the LNZ demo, where Heroic would just on Mirage with LNZ playing the B bomb site. They just seem to have a greater focus on hitting that site. Mid to B coming in and another 2 nice shots. That was a particularly nice shot onto Nafany. It can be quite awkward playing around those doors. Hiding in this corner. Just picks an absolutely perfect timing just to peek that. And Inters puts his head on the chopping block and it's another 4K. Or not another 4K, a 4K AWP 4K to go along with his AWP ace. And they just saved the AWP, I think. Gets aggressive, holding this aggressive line. This little pillar that Rops likes to play. If you see a default at a Rops, he likes to play around that pillar, and that's a very strong angle to hold. But he takes one extra step to get a bit more information, and he does actually tag him, leg him or something, tag him through the wall. But yeah, he takes it one more step and gets caught with his hand in the cookie jar. You know, that's kind of a... You're trying to just eke out a little more information, just clear the upper tons. But he was already holding such an aggressive line, it's probably... was good enough just to hold it. Hold the line that he was holding, but he decides to go for a little extra and gets punished for it. But not to worry, they win the round. Eco round. We don't get any ecos, unlucky. Last round of the half. And I'm noticing just he seems very confident. He may be making a small mistake here and there, but you know, it's not a mistake out of cowardice. It's a mistake out of maybe overconfidence. Oh my god. And sometimes you just die to Axar like that. That's what it looks like. And it's an 8-7 half. And there you have it. Dust 2, CT, 15 and 8. I think he had like 11 or 12 AWP kills. And like I said, very impressed with Bit. I think they definitely need some more fragging. Perfecto is not the Perfecto of 2020 Katowice, and Electronic, he's been good. He's definitely had some good games this year and some good tournaments, but sometimes kind of inconsistent. And I just obviously Simple needs more help. Simple's always going to get his numbers. He's always going to play well. Well, hopefully. Anyway, seems like he doesn't have very many off days. So yeah, if you can get some Bit and Electronic as the two supporting cast, maybe Perfecto or Boomich has their occasional good games, and Navi maybe they can be back to number one, but I got to see more of it really. Anyway, thank you for watching. Um, I'll I'll catch you guys in the next video. Looking forward to the final. Gambit make it through to the final. G2 versus Navi to see who are going to play, to see who plays off against Gambit. And yeah, let's see how it goes.